In the distant lands of Flanders, Count Baldwin I sought a crown, while his enchanting wife simply wished to be by his side. Raised in the traditions of troubadours and accustomed to the adoration of knights, she dreamed of a great love. Eager and naive, these two spent years chasing an elusive happiness that was much closer than they realized. Marie of Champagne, the daughter of a count and a royal granddaughter, was born in the latter half of the 12th century. Her mother was considered a stunning beauty, admired by poets and even by her half-brothers. Richard the Lionheart, while imprisoned, penned tender verses to this young woman. In her childhood, Marie was betrothed to the heir of Flanders, Baldwin. This was a purely dynastic marriage, ensuring that the Lord of the Northern Territories would always feel indebted to France. However, Baldwin was dissatisfied with his situation. Part of his inherited lands had been seized by King Philip II, and he dreamed not only of reclaiming the territories of Artois, but also of expanding his domain. At the age of 14, Marie of Champagne became the Countess of Flanders. The celebration took place in Valenciennes, a place that would later gain fame for its exquisite lace. The young couple initially settled in Bruges, but soon grew restless, preferring to change their surroundings frequently. Marie longed to surround herself with the same luxury that characterized her mother's court, a French princess. Yet she never forgot the poor and her duty as a noblewoman. The Countess of Flanders devoted much time and effort to helping those in need. The Good Lady, people called her. It is rare for childhood betrothed couples to form a harmonious union, but that is precisely what happened. Marie and Baldwin were quite content with one another, and when the Count ventured beyond his lands, his wife managed all affairs in his absence. The ruler of Flanders trusted Marie, who had received a solid education and managed finances wisely. However, for a long time, the couple had no heirs. Their first child, a daughter named Jean, was born at the turn of the century. In their joy, the couple even relieved the monasteries of Ninove and Bogaris from taxes. A year and a half later, the Count and Countess learned that their family would soon grow again. This news coincided with Baldwin's departure for the Fourth Crusade. Marie was anxious. She dreamed of following her beloved husband, as many noblewomen did, but her position did not allow for it. Months dragged on painfully slowly. The Countess of Flanders made a vow. As soon as she gave birth and the doctors permitted her, she would immediately set off to join Baldwin. In due time, a second daughter, Margaret, was born. Not wanting to waste a moment, Countess Marie ordered her belongings to be gathered. She first made her way to Marseille and then boarded a ship that took her to Acre. The journey across the Mediterranean took a bit longer than expected due to storms, but Marie arrived safely. On the land that now belongs to Israel, she was greeted by Bohemond of Antioch. Bohemond immediately informed Marie that her status had changed. She was no longer just the Countess of Flanders. She was now an empress. Constantinople had fallen. The Crusaders had taken everything they could carry, and Marie's husband had been proclaimed the emperor of the new Latin Empire. With this, Marie could confidently embrace her new title. However, Marie was not particularly interested in the crown. She knew exactly where her husband was and was determined to reach him. After her long journey, Marie planned to rest briefly before heading to Constantinople, but her plans were thwarted. The uncoronated empress fell ill and passed away a month later. She and her husband never got to reunite. Bohemond of Antioch informed Baldwin of the tragedy that had befallen his family. Yet Baldwin did not have time to mourn his wife's death for long. The very next year, he had to quell the Byzantine nobility who revolted against the new ruler. The Byzantines called for help from Kaloyan, who ruled in Bulgaria, and in a battle near Adrianople, Baldwin was defeated. Many of his allies were killed, and the emperor himself was captured. He was likely taken to Tarnovo, but his trail goes cold after that. In the pursuit of a crown, Baldwin of Flanders lost his life. In the quest for her beloved, his wife, Marie, remained forever in the Holy Land. The couple's elder daughter, Jean of Constantinople, was married twice, including to the son of the King of Portugal and managed Flanders for a time. Margaret also had several marriages and 7 children. Neither of these women chased after elusive happiness. A new era dawned, where the ability to stand firm was valued far more than anything else.